everyone, welcome to the Auditionee dashboard on Cast98. Now this is in our demo portal. If you want to get your feet wet and play with this, you can do that. You can do that for Avengers the Musical. Just go to demo.cast98.com. Follow the prompts to the DIY director demo, and that will make you a director of this show, and you can gain access to this tool and the others that we're going to review in some other videos. But let's jump in here to the Auditionee dashboard. This is pretty much going to be your first stop after you post a show and you publish the audition form. You can sit here with your cup of coffee, with your glass of wine, and you can watch the audition forms start rolling in, because their names will pop up here as they get submitted without you having to refresh the page. And if you're like me, that's kind of cool. I'm such a nerd, I like to watch the names pop up. And when they do, they'll look kind of like these do, kind of empty, not a lot going on. Let me click on one here so you can see what it looks like. This is Edwina Menzel. We have her headshot, we have her name, we have her birthday at the top. She said that she has her equity card, so we can believe that. Contact information, emergency contact information, all of that's on the audition form. All of these questions that are on the audition form. Now, I'm not going to show you the audition form in this video, but we will in a separate video, so you can go look for that. And these sections are all editable for studio members, and again, we'll talk about that in a separate video. But if you have a Q&A section on your audition form, here's the answers to those questions. Role preferences are something that's universal for all audition forms. And all the way down at the bottom, we have their conflicts. And this is divided into two columns. On the left is their submitted conflicts. This is what they had on their audition form. This is also what shows up in your rehearsal schedule builder. So if they submit late conflicts, or if they make an adjustment to their conflict calendar after you're already into the rehearsal process, those are not going to show up in the schedule builder unless you come in and approve them. Keeping that power of moderation in the hands of the director or the stage manager is really, really important, so that you are not surprised by someone suddenly having a conflict when they are an integral piece to a rehearsal that you've already put on the schedule. That would not be cool. So, in order to approve conflicts, you can come all the way to the bottom. There's a big button, Save and Sync Conflicts. You can compare the conflicts. That's what the two columns are for. On the left side are what they submitted on their audition form. On the right side is what their conflicts currently are on their profile. So if you sync them, the profile conflicts are going to take over as the submitted conflicts, okay? Now that button to sync conflicts is also going to show up on the rehearsal schedule at some point in 2024, so keep an eye out for that. On the right side, we have the audition report card. This is where you can score each actor in various areas of their audition. And I will say, this is only usable by one person at a time. So if you have multiple people sitting in on the audition, make sure that you designate one person as the scorekeeper, and they are the ones who should be marking the report card. If you have multiple people making edits over here at the same time, you're going to step on each other's toes and it won't be a great experience. You can put in what you're considering them for. Maybe we're going to consider her for Pepper Potts. And then the decision scale from -1 to 3. It's a number system so that your leadership team can define what these numbers mean for yourselves. And it'll be for the best. Obviously, -1 is probably going to mean they're not getting cast in the show. 3 probably means they are going to get cast in your show. And anything in between, you can discuss amongst yourselves and figure out what that means. And then the comments section. This is multi-user supported, and so if you do have multiple people sitting in on the audition, they can leave their own comments. And so I might say, Edwina's Grace is going to be a terrific asset to our show. Okay, and so each person sitting in on auditions can leave their own comments, and then we want to save the report card, and you see the changes have updated automatically. Now, let's scroll back up to the top and take a look at some of these sorting, the sortable filters. So by default, everything is sorted by last name. If you're sitting here watching audition forms roll in, they're going to be in chronological order based on when they get submitted. But if you want to reverse the order, you can just give the highlighted sort another click, and it reverses the order. We have just launched in 2024 the check-in functionality. So now, as people arrive on site for their audition, you can check them in by clicking the check-in button that appears in the time column when you put your cursor over the person. If you're on a mobile device and you touch a person's row, you should see the check-in button. I do recommend for directors and stage managers, if you're using these admin tools, your best experience is going to be on a larger screen, like a laptop or a desktop computer, or a tablet. A tablet in landscape mode is also really going to be helpful. So you can check in people like that. You can easily undo a check-in, as you just saw, with another click. And once you have some folks checked in, you can use the sort at the top to show who is checked in and who is not. This is sorted by time specifically, so when the arrow is pointing down, it puts the people who are not checked in at the top. And if we scroll down to the bottom, these are the folks. Sutton Forrester, she would be the first one we checked in. Darnell was the next one we checked in. I only just checked in Kristen Chino, and so she appears at the bottom. So just be aware of that. If you reverse the order, now the most recent person is at the top. I just feel like that's important in case you're running auditions based on a first person to arrive situation. That's how you can manage that. And then of course the decision scale, as I just showed you, it's number based, and so this sorts from -1 to 3. If you click it once and then reverse it with the arrow going up, that puts the 3s at the top and the -1s down at the bottom. Other little badges you'll see, EQ means that they indicated they have an equity card. And then also over here, there's in beta the send scorecard option, which might be helpful for you later on. When it's in beta, we appreciate the feedback, or if you need to report a bug, you could do that. Look for that to launch hopefully later this year. And then also, this is where you can delete an audition form. Sometimes you'll see a person's name, and if you click on them, you get an alert along the bottom that says this person's profile is no longer available. That means that someone submitted the audition form and then subsequently deleted their audition profile from Cast98. They didn't cancel their audition form, but they did delete their profile. So you can safely remove that person from your auditionee list. If you do expect them to come to auditions, they need to resubmit a new form so that they can log in once they're put in the cast and access the private resources that will be available to them. So yeah, if you are a studio member, if your studio is subscribed to one of the annual membership packages, you have the ability to export information from your auditionees. And so that's pretty helpful right now. It only exports the contact information and the emergency contact information, but coming in 2024, it will also export their role preferences, the scorecard, and some other key pieces of information, their gender, their birthday, things like that, so you can sort that information on your own. And then of course the row of time slots, these are defined by you. Whatever time slots you want to define for your auditions, people can select a time slot when they sign up, and then you can filter according by time slot. So that is the total look at our Auditionee dashboard. If you have any questions, you can reach me, Daniel, at techsupport@cast98.com, or like I said at the beginning, visit demo.cast98.com to try this tool on your own.